Hi everyone, I'm Seana Momsen and I'm back with a requested video because I did like a poll on my birthday post on Instagram, and it is basically 25 things I learned. 25 things I've learned. Well, basically I'm 25 years old now, and it's just 25 things I think that might be useful for you people to know. So yeah, 25 things I've learned whilst being alive for 25 years. Hope you enjoy, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to me, the prettiest trans girl in the world. So number one, reserve your I love yous. And why I say that, it's like second nature to some people, but to others, like myself at an early age, when I thought somebody was showing me trueness, and they really could have been in moments, but not in the overall bigger picture, I was burned by giving myself to people that didn't deserve the I love you, basically. Some of them aren't here to this day, but I'm very appreciative of the time that we had together. But looking back now, I wish I didn't say that I loved that person, because it was just so enticing to finally actually be accepted, especially early on in my life when I had no one and was fending for myself a majority of my life to this day. So it was almost, yeah, it was enticing, seductive when somebody would truly accept me, when that should be a given. That shouldn't be something that's like uncommon, but in my reality it was from an early age. So I would reserve my I love yous. I cared deeply about some people, but looking back now, I don't think I loved them. I think I loved the idea of what they could become for me in life. And if I really took a look and analysed it and really thought about it, I wouldn't have said that I love you. And in a kind of funny way, make people your hookup say that they love you, because it's a power move, and I sure love seeing big old macho men saying that to me. So yeah. Number two kind of overlaps with number one, is that be your own biggest rock, and you need to love yourself wholly and really, really be in tune with who you are, so that you are your own biggest fan, basically. So you always have yourself to fall back on. It's nice to have other people to fall back on, but you need to be for you and only for you, number one, unless you have kids. But you should always still be your own rock, because that kid could grow up to be a murderer, and then some people might still love their kid, but no. So you should always, in some respects, mostly always, love yourself and be your own rock. Number three, any relationship is temporary. And what I mean by that is that the people that you share the same DNA with, your biological family, your chosen family, your romantic partners, any of that, even hookup, like friends with benefits, like anything, any sort of relationship on planet Earth is temporary. And that could be because that person died prematurely, or they died naturally, or through horrific circumstances, hopefully not. So yeah, that could be temporary in that way, or that they could just grow into a person that you don't like anymore, or they've always been that particular bad person, but they've managed to conceal it for however long. So just realize that any relationship is temporary. Hopefully it's not. Hopefully it's from your whenever you met them to, or however long they've been in your life, to the very end. Hopefully that's what we can hope for. But again, it overlaps with like be your own biggest rock. you gotta understand that relationships are temporary. Number 4, so who you were, as in maybe potentially something bad, who you were doesn't have to be who you are. So you could be a victim of trauma, or like you could be a bad egg once upon a time, or a mixture of the both, or whatever. And you can always evolve into a better person, and that comes with time, that comes with belief, having the belief for yourself and others coaching you and championing you. So yeah, that comes with time, and you just, yeah, you need to know that this path of self-improvement, bettering yourself, is a long life journey. So hopefully you're not still the same person, even if you are coming from a good place anyway, and that you've not been a bad person. Hopefully you can become more loving, more caring, more one with yourself, and spread that positivity and help people that need help. And you don't have to be a martyr by any means, but yeah, you can always want to be better and strive for perfection, even though you can never attain it. Number 5, embrace change. So that could look like a change in your work, your friendship circles, your dynamics in just life, like your living circumstances. I embrace change, and I kind of hate it too. When something's really good and it changes, I struggle with accepting that that's not going to be my reality. Like maybe a friend is moving away, your job is changing, and it's been going good for a long time. And then what you can do with that negative feeling, turn it into a positive and make it productive. Like see your friend traveling, or like moving away further or whatever, as an opportunity for you to travel to them and make a little holiday out of it, wherever they are. And it's a new experience that you get to both experience, a different city, a different area together, a new job. No, the job that you're currently having's changed and you don't particularly like it because of X, Y, and Z. Maybe find another job with all your brilliant work skills, and maybe that's a sign for you to go on to something else. So learn to embrace change because it's inevitable. Number 6, there is strength in being vulnerable. I think that goes without saying. A lot of men, cisgender men especially, are frowned upon to not be vulnerable or weak. I'm kind of talking to a guy, as I always am, and I was like, I want to see all of you, all your emotions, emote. And he was like, no, but that includes me being vulnerable. I don't want to be vulnerable. And I'm like, but that's beautiful. Not to him, but just in general. But that's beautiful. Being vulnerable takes a lot of strength, and being vulnerable doesn't mean anything but that. Like, you're just showing who you are and how multifaceted you are, and it takes guts, it takes courage to lay it all out, only to those that are deserving, because you don't want to be a walking mat basically when you are vulnerable or taken advantage of. So yeah. Number 7, learn to live in the present. And another point will kind of contradict this one, but try to not always focus about like your phone and stuff like that, to like social media or whatever. Like if you're on holiday, like a family holiday, and you're like a bratty kid or a kid that's growing up and just wants to be with their friends rather than this lame ass family holiday, and you're just constantly glued to your phone, you are missing out on, well, a free holiday and like experiences of different cultures and stuff like that. And just learn to be present. And yeah, everything is so temporary, so like enjoy it all, like really, really enjoy it all. Number 8, money can aid happiness. And people that are saying money can't buy happiness, like literally it cannot buy happiness, but it can help you be happy. And yeah, it can draw a lot of negativity, especially if you have a lot of it, but it definitely can aid happiness. So it can make you comfortable and not worry and focus on things that actually matter. So yeah, I do believe money can aid, fund happiness. And the people that don't believe that, it's mainly because they're rich. The people, mostly the ones that don't believe that. Number 9. Be honest, you want this in my count. Yeah, so be honest. That goes without saying. That's one of the most core, important, fundamental things for me. And I would rather know the truth, as ugly as it can be. I would rather know the truth, basically. And some people on this internet, especially because I'm a social media trans content creator, will be like, oh my god, you're a liar though. Like, you deceive people by pretending to be a woman or go on dates with men, blah, blah, blah. And I'm just like, I'm a woman, legally, visually, inwardly, if that's the word. So yeah, there's no lie. There is no lie. But no, I digress. Be honest. It's really, really important to be honest. No matter how uncomfortable it can be, just choose honesty. Number 10, and I say this with happiness because it's like been my way of being since I was like 12 or 13, but don't let anyone else's negative opinion on your gender identity, sexuality, race, or appearance affect you, because those people, in my opinion, are not with it, are projecting, are not seeing that we are all equal, and people that respect one another wouldn't lack the basics of trying to be a good human being. And that says a lot about them, that how gross would it be for someone to want to try and hurt you and make a dig on your appearance or sexuality, things that don't matter, in the sense of you shouldn't be calling that out because that doesn't affect you, as well as that person is just happy, thriving, being themselves. So it's pretty gross for someone to negatively harp on your appearance, race, sexuality, etc. In my opinion, they're a less evolved person, and again, projecting, not happy with themselves, not loving themselves, or some delusions, I don't know, but they're not completely with it if they're not seeing that that's a bad thing, or if they're seeing it as bad, then again, less evolved in my opinion. So yeah, so long as you truly love yourself, and know that you're not hurting anybody else, things about your appearance, race, sexuality, gender should not be a discussion. It should, nobody's opinion of any of that should ever affect you negatively. And it comes with time, confidence, but the moment you realize that, I learned that from this beautiful, beautiful ex-YouTuber. So oh, Nicole, love her. Number 11, sometimes it's not worth carrying on a fight or a relationship with someone. So if you're constantly fighting with someone, like even over little things, then there is an issue, there's a problem. And the amount of like communication and honesty that you have, but you're still fighting, maybe you're just not meant to be. You're not like compatible for this time period. Maybe later in life you can reconnect because you truly love each other. I'm speaking from experience if you can't tell. So yeah, like sometimes it's better to let things go. It could hurt you for many reasons, because one, you know you're right, and two, because it's just a sensitive topic or something like that. But sometimes just letting things go is just better for everyone, as well as the power of letting go someone, I can't even English. What is wrong with me? The power of letting go of someone shows you that they truly love you. I was regressing in some ways when I was constantly butting heads with my ex soulmate. So when they let me go, that was a gift to me and for them. And as much as it sucks, sometimes that's the only way to go forward, and they're releasing you to be the best you and share the love that you shared with them, but to others, and embark on this lifelong journey of happiness. So yeah. Number 12, practice gratitude. Self-explanatory, but just the most basic of things. Be grateful for, because it could go. It could go. Number 13, like the last point, take it back to basics. Think like a child. Childlike mentality. As our adults, we often get politically correct, which is a good thing, and have so many distractions on how to be an adult, blah de blah de blah. We don't ever go back to basics, and we get distracted with life, with adulting, that we forget how to have fun, true fun and happiness, and just lounging around, having a childlike mentality, being wild, being free, not necessarily always thinking of the consequences in wholesome ways, not problematic ways, and just being a kid. Love and feed your inner child. Number 14, make yourself uncomfortable. And this is kind of, I always have been this way by default. I saw Rose McGowan, hi Rose, I saw Rose McGowan say something in effect of when you're making yourself uncomfortable, you find a way to make yourself comfortable within that. And that kind of is basically saying, just don't be complacent, basically. Make yourself uncomfortable. Wear that garment that people might judge you for, but makes you happy. Make yourself uncomfortable, basically, in any way, shape or form, so long as you're safe, basically. How many times can I say basically? Drinking game. So yeah, make yourself uncomfortable, because you will inevitably find comfort within that uncomfortable situation. Number 15, limit procrastination. So I'm just thinking as basic as just going to the gym. I've never been more consistent with that in my life. One, because I'm paying for it, and two, I'm stopping yeah, I could go, but I don't really want to tomorrow, next week, blah, 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 blah. No, I'm just doing it. I'm putting on my gym garms and just going without letting myself think about going. I'm just going. Just go. Throw yourself out there. I've literally walked in the rain, and normal people would be like, no, it's raining, I don't want to go. But I have gone to the gym in the rain. That's how committed I am now. I don't procrastinate, I just go. And loving and nurturing your temple is great. Number 16, find a balance that works for you. And that can be any sort of priority. How I mentioned earlier about living in the moment and in the present, this is another way of being how to manage your screen time, whether it be gaming, using your phone. I have this great book that I haven't really read through and through because I never really personally struggled with it, but it's there for me. How to break up with your phones, a toolkit and guide on how to limit your phone usage or completely break up with it. And yeah, just find a balance that works for you in anywhere in your life. The gym, how much you are stringent with your food, how you do this, how you do that. Just find a balance, a healthy balance that works for you, because you hear the saying of too much of anything can make you sick, Cheryl Cole, and that's true in anything in life. So number 17, learn to embrace the bad emotions. Very inside out of me, but I've always been like this. So learn to embrace the negative. Don't wallow in self-pity though, and don't let it consume you, and don't be angry 24/7, especially that violence, anger, not that. Just try and embrace it when you feel it, but productively emote it and release it, and don't just hide away, because you could just snap at someone in very egregious manners where you're like, oh my god, I'm so sorry, I didn't mean to do that. So save yourself from doing that by just expressing it healthily, and don't mask it. And you will recognize and appreciate the good much more when you are allowing yourself to feel bad and sad, etc., and expressing it healthily. Number 18, Don't be too frugal because you might die. Don't save, keep saving and saving on that, or having the lesser version, the unbranded cereal, or not experiencing the Ritz, or like whatever. Live within your means, but be as lavish as you can be, because life's treasures, trinkets and experiences are to be experienced and lived. And bitch, you might die tomorrow or in the next hour. So don't be too frugal, but be frugal. Be sensible and smart. Number 19, don't be too hard on yourself, especially if you're like personal experience, trying to work on your body in the sense of like going to the gym and you're like, ugh, I look fat and ugly and gross. Oh my god, I hate my life. I'm doing KMS. Yeah, I was trying to think of what actually that meant, but then yeah, I was like, yeah, that does mean that. So yeah, don't be too, because words have power. So love yourself on the journey, but don't be like, oh my god, I can't say that word. Say if you really want to say it, but limit it. Again, balance, and be good to yourself on the journey. Like, a lot of people ask me like, do you hate your private parts while you have a dingaling? And I'm like, no, I don't hate it, I just don't want it there, and I know it serves no purpose and it will be gone. I'm just learning to love the journey on the way, as well as like my current physique. Like, I'm not where I once was with my skinny mini Alyssa Milano / Rose McGowan / Jennifer Love Hewitt back in the day body, but I will get there. And I love my curvaceous figure at the moment. Yeah, but don't be too hard on yourself. Number 20, try and be the bigger person. And I briefly touched upon this with like the previous points, life lessons. But yeah, don't be an ass, and realize that sometimes that it's okay. It's really okay to like take one for the team sometimes and just be the bigger person in any capacity. But don't always do that. Again, balance. Number 21, consume beneficial media. Whether that's informative, intelligent, educational, or creative. Like, I am such a creature of habit of like watching certain shows on repeat, listening to the same music all the time. But there's so much beauty out there, creative beauty, so much knowledge. Knowledge is power that you want to digest. So make it your priority. Find the time to take all of that in. Number 22, show up, show face for causes that matter. And that can be for like free Palestine, things that are happening currently in the world that are whatever, really bad, and just like, why is this even happening? So just be on the right side of history. And yeah, or show it for local artists, friends, etc. Just go with love, go with an informed decision, and show up, show face, or support from a distance by donating and whatever. Number 23, lashes are life. Number 24, kind of contradicting some of the points I made, but try and document things, memories especially, experiences, emotions, whatever, virtually or physically through like journaling, diaries, whatever, if that's your thing. Just make the memories like documented. Not everything has to be, but definitely things, because you will forget. With age, you'll forget. So just try and document it, whether that's through a camera or whatever. Just document it, because it's nice to look back on, I can assure you. And number 25, I will always love the original Charmed. R.I.P. my Shannon Doherty. So watch the show, what are you doing? And tell me what you think, actually. I hope you enjoyed my 25 lifelong lessons while I've been on this planet for 25 odd years. And yeah, let me know what you think, you found anything useful, and it was my pleasure to do this. And for more polls, for more me, go follow me on Instagram, Seana_Momsen, duh. But yeah, it's again my pleasure to do this. Subscribe, share, and show your love. Thanks for watching.